Hey, 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 Tommy Tell the Truth here, or Tommy Tell the Truth too. Oh my goodness. It is strange to be going live again. I mean, I have joined a few shows here and there over the past year or two, but yeah, once I retired my show, I thought that was it. And so much has happened since then that just screams um, for attention and opinions. But anyway, I'm just messing around tonight. I'm kid free. I've been kid free all week, but I've been lazy. And I'm on my backup channel, so, nothing serious going on here. I hope I'm not muted or anything. I see Sue Granfanelli in the house. Can you hear me? Everything okay? Can you see me and hear me okay? I haven't done this in so long. I feel like a rookie, or I am a rookie again. Oh my goodness. So let me know. Oh, you can hear me. Okay. All right. Great, great, great. Thank you, Sue. Rick feeling no pain, Swain in the house. Hello, hello, sir. Yeah, like I said, this is a surprise for me that I haven't even logged on to my backup channel in probably a year or so. So I'm just like logged in through StreamYard or whatever. But yeah, I still have a backup channel, and I'll probably tell that story of why I have a backup channel since I'm on here. Let me get a drink. I joined YouTube in 2009 and never had any plans to ever make a backup channel. Been Tommy Tell the Truth for a long time and didn't think I would ever need a backup channel until uh, I got censored on YouTube on my main channel when they decided to punish me and Brian Stavely and Voynich, and they took our channels away for 6 months. That's a long time. So I was like, man, what am I going to do? I want to keep talking. So I made this channel here and did a bunch of shows on it, and then finally got my main channel back and went back on it for a while, and then retired my channel. But I'm retired, not dead. Oh boy, let's see. So we got David, John driving something something. All right, hello there. In Spain, it looks like. All right, cool, cool, cool. We have friends in Spain, and I think they're planning some kind of meetup next September in Spain, truth thing or whatever. So anyway, like I said, I'm just messing around. This is my laptop that I'll be using in the future because Brian Stanley gave me his old one when my last one crapped out, and it's an old ThinkPad, and it's right here beside me, and I still use it daily, but it's Windows 10, and so I guess eventually I'm gonna have to stop using it and use this newer, the one I bought new last year, or maybe even this year. Yeah, it probably was this year. Anyway, and so yeah, here we are. I've got my trusty microphone here and my camera mounted on top of my laptop, and hopefully everything's going smooth. I'm sure StreamYard would love for me to upgrade and I'd have better quality, uh, probably audio and video, because it says it's only 12. I mean, it says 12. It's only 720p right now, and I guess they would give me full HD. But hey, I'm not much to look at anyway, so I need all the help I can get. Let's just blur it up so I have to see my old face. Oh man, I was never into doing shows for fame or money. I was monetized briefly on YouTube, but never got a penny from them and didn't care either which way. I just think it's important for like-minded people who know the truth and know that we're being deceived, or the world is being deceived, to always stand up and speak up and share the truth as we know it. Angela Baby Carson found her way here. Hey, hey, hey! Good to see you. I'm just messing around on this. What is it? Friday night. uh, I'm kid free. He'll be back Sunday, and I miss Braylon. I really do. He can be a handful, but he's definitely. Let's see. He's a blessing. Let's just say that he is a blessing. And I try to remind myself that every day, even when he's getting on my last nerve. Um, I'm really, really, really concerned about him going to school next year. I kept him out of school this year because I knew I could. He doesn't have to go till he's 6 years old here in Florida. Maybe that's everywhere. I don't know. But anyway, but I am concerned, about him going to public school. Maybe he'll just do it for kindergarten, first grade or something, and then I can get him homeschooled or virtual school or something. Um, and of course, he's never going to have another vaccine in his life. If I'm in charge of that, and I wish, that he didn't have all the ones that he's gotten already. Is that Mr. 33 NDB in the house? Hey man, how's it going, bro? I didn't even know if you were still up. I was going to hit you up and let you know I was going live, but it's not on my regular channel, and I'm just doing a little testing, man. A little testing and chatting. But yeah, I got my little fireplace going and my Tesla lamp, and I hung up my old background back there. It's all wrinkly. Sorry for that, but the beach scene, and it is got to be 4:20 somewhere because man, I need a bong hit. I've got some Durban grapefruit that I'm going to pack up here. No cherry cap. Ran out of cherry cap. But of course, at night I do smoke a lot of different flavors. Anyway, but as far as sativa, yeah, I love my cherry cap during the day, or the Durban grapefruit's pretty good if I can't get the cherry cap. A certain farm we love says that it might be the year of sativas in 2026. So let's hope for that. Oh man. Anyway, well, let's see. I see Sean Alke in the house. Wow. Hey, bro. I don't have a lot of stuff to say, though I do, but I don't know if I'm gonna get into it tonight. But there's a lot of things that are bothering me, or at least on my mind. Like, is there going to be a point? Is there going to be a time at some point, are we going to switch our focus from flat Earth and I don't know other things we talk about, but we of course mainly flat Earth, and focus on coming up with some kind of solution or way to flip the script. I'm willing to risk everything, including my life, on the fact that we could have a better world if we flip the script, because the script that they're currently using says they're going to enslave us and control and enslave us, and they're working very hard overtime to get their stupid 2030 agendas that I've been telling people about for 30 some years now. Of course, it's coming. I mean, for decades, it seems like we just talking to the choir, and trying to convince somebody that all this was coming someday in 2030. And now that's just a handful of years away, 5 years, 4 years away. Uh, and we see them taking every step to bring about the one world order, the one world currency, one world religion, government, the whole shebang. And every single step they take is certainly getting that all in line and ready to go. And I just feel like we're sitting on our hands and taping our mouths closed if we're not working on getting people away from politics. Politics is the death of everything good, and these people are psychopaths and perverts, and and much worse. And we've got to make all the effort we can to let the world know that it's being run by maniacs that are not going to stop. It is worth the risk to stand up, speak up, and demand that all the world's corrupt governments dissolve. It's worth the risk for us to start over, because we're on a super speed bullet train, whatever, headed for disaster, with them as the conductors. And it's sickening that we have to pretend like it's going to be okay. It's not going to be okay unless we do something about it. And I can't even imagine that a God who created us would want us to just let things happen, like without a fight. And I don't want a war with anybody. I don't have a house full of guns waiting for a war with the government. I think that there's ways to get people to stop voting and using their voice as a vote, and just telling the government that we don't want them anymore. We don't need them anymore. We could start over and take care of everything, and do it better for a long time. Yeah, it could end up this corrupt again someday, but it is definitely not going to change if we don't change it. So that rides on my mind constantly, that we are not doing enough. I'm not doing enough, whatever, to get people thinking better than they're thinking, because all these, you're a Democrat, you're a Republican, you're bad, all that crap every day that they force on people, it is just despicable. And it's just getting worse and worse. And I mean, you probably, if you polled people, they wouldn't even know that the government is allowed to propagandize us now, that they pass the laws. They pass all these little laws, all the time, that are attached to these big bills. And it's just disgusting, the shit that they keep putting in play and covering their own asses, and when does it end? Why do we have to wait until doomsday with these folks? Because I'm telling you, they are on a runaway train trying to enslave us all, and they're doing a great job of it. They have everything planned, and they're putting it into play. And I'm sick of it, dude. I'm sick of it. How many cars do you have right now? Why does that matter how many cars I have right now? A few. Let's just say a few cars, a few trucks, whatever. I'm going to be dissolving that shit too, because I want to have more resources for when things do get bad. Because, I mean, yeah, it sounds like doom and gloom, but that's what they're creating. We're not creating the doom and gloom. They are. And that's what they want you to live in. And that's why we have to convince people that it is time to stop paying attention to politics and supporting them and pretending like, oh, the Republican Party is going to get fixed one of these days, or the Democrat Party is going to get fixed, or the Independent Party is going to fix things one of these days. All that bullshit. It's never ever going to change. It's only going to get worse, and we have to do something about it. Who else is going to do anything about it? Nobody else but us who know what's going on. And we can't do it on our own. So we have to help people, at least the ones that are on the fence, find their way. Oh God, man. I spent a decade, I think, on Twitter. I know many years on Twitter, focusing on getting people away from politics. And I reached a lot of people. I'm not saying that I woke them fully up or anything, but I tell you, I was almost like a full-time job, and frustrating at times, but it's worth getting people away from the programming of politics and how dangerous it is. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Oh, all right. I'm gonna catch a buzz. Might throw the link out there and let somebody join and tell me I'm crazy. I don't know, or change my mind. But I've been a flat earther for 44 years. What more can be said, and how is that going to change the situation that we find ourselves in? If I were to just continue to, just say, hey, it's the earth is flat, the earth is flat, the earth is flat. Why not? Hey, the government is coming for your freedom. And I think that's more important at this moment than whether the earth is, a globe or not. And we know it's not a globe, but, so, oh man, I just wonder if, because truthers are shorthanded as is. So, we need everyone that's not an NPC to be, standing up and speaking up and trying to get people to, flip the script. Please, please, please. Flat Earth is great, but keeping our freedom is amazing. Oh, dear. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That was lovely. Yes, I remember that. I'll tell you something about that in a minute. So my intentions were this week to find time to nibble on the good stuff, and just couldn't talk myself into it. Yep, I know it sucks. I'm overdue for sure. Damn. Oh boy. Anyway, there's the StreamYard link. I'm not. I don't know how long I'm gonna stay on here, and whatever. But whew, man, I've got the AC on, and it's set on like 68, and it still feels warm in here to me. Let me see what temperature is outside. 58 degrees. Yeah, man, I'm surprised it's not cooler in here. Oh man, I didn't realize how many different strains there were of the fungus. My goodness, I know now. Oh man. So I wonder if Brian will ever be in a chat again or ever join a show again. At this point, it just seems a little weird that Brian has just not come back at all. I mean, if anybody was addicted to going live, it was Brian Stavely. We know this in our group. I mean, think about it. Golly. Whew. That guy went live all the time. And known for doing some long shows too. Of course, I've done some long ones over the years. I think 14 hours was probably the longest I ever went live, though, somewhere around that. Oh man. Maybe when Brian sells his first house, he'll be excited enough to go live. So let's hope he sells a house soon. Oh man. Yeah, I don't have anything in this computer, so I almost probably should have just went live on my other computer where I have all kinds of stuff in it. Have y'all seen this ballroom that Trump is having built on the White House? I watched a video about it, and I mean, man, it is very telling. And what it tells me is that it's going to be a Trump bunker war room, and I almost get the feeling like he is going to lock himself in there and like try to keep being president, when when it comes around. I guess 2028. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I think he wants to stay in there, and I think we need to get them all out. All. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Sue needs to be blue. All right. Well, I'm not logged in, so I don't know if I can let me see if I could do that from here. No. Yeah, see, I'm not logged into my Tell Me Tell the Truth too. She's a blue in my on my regular channel. I'm sorry. I can't log in right now. But you're blue to me. Oh man. So I did drop the link if anybody wants to jump on, say anything, whatever. I mean, of course I can ramble on, but oops, there it is again. I was looking back man, we used to have some good shows back when Voynich used to join me regular, and um, oh, what's the guy from Australia? Shoot, our old buddy from Australia. I can't remember. Dang, that's terrible. Um, but I had some good guests over the year from the years. I appreciate those of y'all who have stuck around. Even though flat Earth and the truth community at a whole has just been a disaster, or been a nightmare for a lot of people. You know, but you still, even when there's drama, you still want to be around like-minded people. I don't, I mean, even through the worst of crap and BS and stuff we've been through, it still beats going and hanging out with a bunch of NPCs and them talking about politics. Oh man. So nobody wants to come on. I don't blame you. Everyone's divided now. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. But you know, everyone that's here or has been here and gone, they still know the truth. And part of me thinks that, you know, Jaren knows the Earth is flat, even though he's gone back to the globe. And like I care about Jaren, I say never go full Jaren. I have never been subscribed to him. I didn't like him from the get go. Okay, but I didn't say I didn't make a big deal about him and or troll his shows or anything like that. But I just didn't. There was something about him. I don't know. I just didn't. I didn't gravitate to him from the beginning of when I saw him the first time, and on from there. But there's been other people that have left, that it's a shame that they have left, and some people have gotten shunned that probably shouldn't have got shunned. Who knows? I mean, there's always going to be poor decisions made by folks, but like I said, I'd still rather be with the truth community, than the NPC community. Lord knows we have to deal with enough NPCs in our daily life. In my own time, no, I don't want to go sit at a bar with NPCs. I don't want to go sit in a movie theater with NPCs. I don't want to go sit at a ball game with NPCs. Not unless they're open to me telling them what's up, and getting them to take the blinders off, the politrick blinders. Oh dear. You did a crypto constellation with Jaren 3 or 4 years ago, huh? Well, I don't know much about crypto myself. I'd rather not deal with the cashless society. I'll tell you that. They're starting with the penny. Next, it'll be the nickel, and then it'll be the dime, the quarter, the dollar. I mean, now I would love for us all to start a flat Earth, or just they don't even have to say flat Earth, but whatever. Let's start a campground. I've said it many times over the last few years. Start a campground, have a public side where you can make a decent living, and have a private side where you can where flat earthers that travel, or truthers travel, can stay and be around like-minded people. And you can have a section where people actually live there, just like any other campground, long-term, part, and it would be a blessing, and it'd be a way for us to work together and live together and barter together and teach each other how to live off the land and thrive and survive and be a shining example of what it can be like when you're unplugged from the matrix, and hopefully it would catch on. We could have them all over. We could be as big as KOA or what, any other one, and man, it'd be nice. Yeah, Penny has gone in Canada for 15 years. Wow. I didn't know that, actually. That's interesting. 15 years. So, but y'all's penny was smaller than ours, I think, too. It probably didn't cost y'all as much to make your penny. Well, they say it took 3 cents, 3 pennies to make 1 penny. I mean, that should have never been the case. I mean, for that much, how much are we paying? How much does it cost to make a nickel or a dime or a quarter? Is that their next argument? Man, it costs. But there's a better way than being totally digital, cashless, and that's what I'm looking for. Stay with the cash or gold or copper coins, silver coins. Oh, I got lots of copper. I need to go scrap at some point. I got a lot of scrap metal. I stopped scrapping. Oh, I know it was over a year ago, but I had so much scrap already. I just put it on my trailer, a couple trailers, and covered it up, and it's just been sitting out there ever since, waiting to go to the scrapyard. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, scrapping was good to me though, man. I started scrapping after Hurricane Ivan came through right here where I live, Pensacola, Florida, and devastated the area. And in about 6 months' time, yeah, probably shouldn't even say it on here, but I made a lot of money. A lot of money. But of course, I had a not so good woman in my life at that time. And yeah, I blew the money. Blew it. Most of it. Oh boy. No hurricane so far this year there. Yeah, no, we haven't had any. I think I remember them say it was going to be, it's going to be a very active year. I mean, if anybody's going to know the answer to that, it should be them, because they're in the business of making storms. I mean, they go out of their way to create storms and steer them where they want them to go. Yeah, they love bad weather. But yeah, it's a crazy world where man has figured out how to play God to replicate God's powers. Almost, they can do a lot. I think that's another sign of the times we live in. If Israel only has 3 years left till they're 80 years old, and the entire known history of Israel, they've never made it as a nation or a people longer than 80 years. which is surprising too. I mean, because you look at America's been a nation for 200 and some years, whatever. So, you know, but it is a known curse, and Israel knows it better than anybody, obviously. And if you were to ask Netanyahu, you know, does he know about the 80-year curse, and what does he think about it? If he was honest, he would tell you he's scared shitless of it, and but he's also uh, riding that wave of power that he has, and he does have a lot of power. And look what he does. He chooses to kill his neighbors instead of just trying to make the world a better place. He's trying to fulfill Bible prophecy, or the script. He's fulfilling the script, the playbook, and these people don't even care that in the end they bring about their own demise. But that's just how powerful fame and fortune and power of politics, that's how rewarding it is to them, that they're willing to risk their lives and their souls to enjoy that power they have over the world. And to me, that is the very definition of evil. And I hope there is a hell that they all go to someday. And I missed 420 somewhere. Nobody told me 10 minutes ago. Pooh. I see you, NDB, with that Jaren crap. Funny guy. Oh, man. I mean, I used to tune into a lot of Alex Jones's shows, but as I was listening to his shows, or watching, or listening in the beginning and watching them later, I was always thinking, taking it as a grain of salt, what he says, but also thinking, man, I would love to reach these people that love him so much and wake them up way better than he could, and then so when I got the opportunity in 2010 to call in and talk to Alex Jones about the swine flu pandemic, and I exposed their top secret plans, for the swine flu pandemic. I blew a lot of minds, and of course, I got on the radar of the government, and I was targeted, fully targeted and tortured by the government for a couple of years for speaking out like I did, and I I knew from that day on forward that Alex Jones was probably gave him my information, and I just seen how big a more shill he was when he didn't run with the information I gave him, and really blow it up. But anyway, oh man, I went out of my way to expose DARPA and their role in this last pandemic, and of course I got censored. Thank goodness I didn't get tortured or targeted by the government, this time, but so be it if they had of. But I definitely showed where, and not too many people on YouTube, exposed the stuff that I did as far as CV. There was a geneticist, an Air Force colonel, I think he was, and he was also a geneticist, and he was tasked with hijacking the seasonal flu and helped develop the weapon. I mean, the vaccine. And they bragged about it. Of course, you can't find it now. You can't find my shows where I showed it all too, But yeah, they bragged about how they got it done, and now they say that shot has killed more people than the entire history of war for the U.S. And you better believe they want more to go too, because they are eugenics at heart. And they they love population control. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, Sean. I just saw something where Alex Jones is accusing Bill Gates of having a super plan that he's already got in action, where they have these ticks now that can bite you and make you not be able to eat red meat again ever. So who knows if Bill Gates is behind that. I haven't done the research to see but I have heard about the ticks, and I've heard about the, what they do to you. I mean, it makes sense that they could do it, but why do they want you to not be able to eat red meat? Well, obviously, I mean, they're against cow farts. They got to stop the cow farts, but anyway, yeah, give them to everyone as pets. Well, you're all for that. Oh god. Oh man. Dang it, Angela. But oh dear. Yeah, I don't want to be bit by a tick, and I mean, I don't want somebody else to decide what I can and can't eat. For me, that's not cool. Now, matter of fact, when they told me I had a disease that mimics MS, they said the best thing for me to do would be become a vegetarian. And I said, I'll give up I'll give up beef and some other things, whatever. And I did for a long time, a long time. But I don't know, why do they say why does no, I'm going to say, okay, why do they say that my blood type, positive O, is meant to be a meat eater, and why does my body seem to function like that's the case? if we shouldn't, if nobody should be a vegetarian. I mean, be a if everybody should be a vegetarian, whatever. That's another thing that bothers me too. If people hate meat so much, why do they go out of their way to make their vegetarian food look like real meat? God, I could never eat like vegan chicken fingers or something, or chicken wings. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. I'm not gonna do it. Oh. Yeah. I'm not saying I could never be a vegetarian, but I can't see myself eating half the stuff that some of y'all eat. I don't know. But I have always been a picky eater too. And shame on my parents for that. Yeah. I do try to make Braylon try different stuff. And Braylon loves vegetables and fruit, you know. Yeah, I could see him at some point, maybe, being a vegetarian if he wanted to be. We are vegetarian, but we are Whole Foods organic. My mom used to work for this really rich lady, and when I mean rich, she had her own helicopter and flew it like all the time, and yeah, okay, that's probably enough. Just telling you that. But anyway, my mom would clean her house, and but the lady was real particular about how my mom cleaned her house. It had to be with totally natural stuff. And she was a raw eater. She was the one that just eats everything raw. And yeah, I don't know. I guess if I had her money, and I could get the best food. Of course, probably the best food is growing it yourself with love. And yeah, I tell people all the time that the farm we love so much in California, I say the biggest thing about that farm is everything is done in love, with care and love, and the whole process. And to me, that makes a big difference. Sorry, I'm just beating around the bush on some things, but I've been trying to be careful more lately. So. Man. Yeah, fruit is good. Fruit is good. My sister will only eat grapes with seeds. She is very, very against Monsanto grapes. I think I need to update my. I need to look into seeing what all Monsanto has out there now. I'm allergic. I'm totally allergic to GMO corn. I cannot have. I can't eat anything that was made with GMO corn. And man, I loved corn when I was a kid. And I'm almost too scared to even eat organic corn now. Uh, because I know how bad I get when I eat GMO corn, and I'm just scared that, I'm not going to get, who knows, I don't know. We have to trust our government that the food we're getting is really organic, because who knows at this point, there's so much money involved, are we really truly getting organic food, or non-GMO food, I should say, really? I mean, all food that's grown in dirt is organic, obviously, but they want to manipulate everything. They want to destroy the natural way in everything. It's just like these people are parasites, and they act as parasites, but they want that, so they do seek out and destroy. Oh, ooh. They have poisoned everything. What left is there for these people that run the world? What left is there for them to poison? What have they not gotten their slimy reptilian fingers or whatever in. It's unbelievable. Their tentacles. God, it's unbelievable what we have to do to counteract all the different poisons that are introduced to us one way or another daily. I just seen where the comedian Jim Brewer just made a video and titled it to Governor DeSatan. That's what I call him, Santos, whatever, Santos, whatever his name is, my governor here in Florida. For him to do something about the chemtrails. But of course, he really can't do anything about it, nor can Tennessee, who's passed laws about chemtrails, geoengineering. When they're in international freaking airspace up there, they're not 500 feet down in your airspace, in our airspace. But the chemicals, the crap, the poisons are coming down, because of course everything that goes up comes down like that, so that should be the way the law is written. If you're any amount of, if you're above our land, period, and you're spraying something that does make it way down to my property, my to my life, that's an attack. They're dropping bombs on us, literal, chemical bombs. And so something, God, man, people made all these videos saying, look how clear my sky is. The government shut down the chemtrail program when they shut the government down, and no, they were still spraying. They still did. They just maybe cut back a little bit, but I saw them spraying plenty, during the government shutdown, because evil never stops trying to destroy. But we say we can't control these things. But if we stand up and speak up and tell the government to dissolve, and they go bye-bye, so do the chemtrails, unless we start them back up. See, that's the thing. Whoever's in control can certainly control that stuff and put it into it. And we're never going to get that from a Democrat or a Republican or independent or, whatever the hell. So they got to go. They got to go. So all of the weapons formed against us by them disappear. And we have a decade, a century, or two, to start over, and or maybe we don't, maybe God does step in, and whatever. That's but we cannot just sit on our hands and muzzle our mouths and just wait for it to just all happen. I mean, I guess we can, but it just seems wrong. Oh boy. It's not like it's our future or anything. We can get people to get serious and get riled up and ready to fight over other truths, including flat earth. But when it comes to standing up to the biggest deception, the biggest weapon formed against us. It's our own stinking government, and every government. That's the problem. In almost every situation that we're faced against, every obstacle, it is our own stinking evil government that is behind the crap that we are dealing with. It's our duty. It is our duty to demand proper governance. And we haven't had that in a long time. I mean, why do we think it's okay to let these frickin' psychopaths get more power, get more grip on us? It's not okay. It's not okay. I know, I get that we are backed into a corner, all by their design there again, because that's all they do is push you down, keep you down, make you struggle, so you can't afford to take a stand, or you're too distracted. Oh man, it's just, come on, man. We are under attack 24/7, 365 by these freaking psychopaths. And I feel like we're the only solution, but yet we're not doing anything. We're not coming up with a plan. We got to do something. And of course, I mean everyone, It's so sad to think that it's going to take, a lot of people. See, that's what they want. They want death. They just, oh man. Yeah, it's frustrating. Yeah. Yes, it is very frustrating when you know that they have declared war. They have declared war a long time ago when they sat down and said, let's do all of this by 2030. Yeah, we can do it. And they're doing it. And they're doing it with little resistance. And it sucks because, people say, well, why don't you go join a militia? Yeah, good luck with that. We've seen that before. So violence is not the answer until there is no other answer, obviously. But I mean, if we don't at least, and what I'm saying is we as a country, or we as the world that's living under all these corrupt governments, if we don't decide that we've had enough, that enough is enough, and we don't, take action, if action is just by absolutely stop voting and playing along with their politics and just, not giving them any time of day or anything, and putting it out there that we want them to dissolve. I mean, we have that's at least that's the mature and proper way to go about it. It doesn't mean that we're not going to end up in a fight with them someday, but I tell you what, they're already dropping their bombs. and it's all the poisons that they're hitting us with, you know, uh, and all the propaganda and all the bad weather and all everything. You know, we can list it all, but you guys know, you know, it's a long line of weapons that they are just constantly firing at the world to keep it in chaos. You know, what a bad joke on us. Yeah, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of people give in to the digital ID because you know they don't want to resist for one reason or another. Well, you know, I guess I'll just go along with this little part of it, and you know, I'll go along with that, and you know, the go alongers. You know, there's too many go alongers. If nothing else, if nothing else, if I'm just out of my mind thinking, you know, that we could do something, then let's at least make our own community lives better and just try to treat each other better and try to help each other, you know, seriously. I mean, you know, even if it's just the last couple dozen or a few, whatever, how many, you know, a couple hundred, whatever it is, you know, that are even around anymore, you know, because it will grow if you do start a community. And I know at any size, um, and just make it work and be an example of, like I said, of what it would be like for people that live off of the government titty and without the propaganda and, you know, and bullshit, and we barter and you know, treat each other good and you know, live for the truth. And oh man, what a world we can create within a world of chaos, you know. And I know we all try to do that individually in our own homes, but um, man, yeah, if only we really could reach our neighbors, you know, and they were open to having a better solution than letting this runaway train that is the evil government continue down the tracks that we're on. Pew, pew, pew. Well, I don't know. I've been on for a little over an hour. I thought maybe I'd be on for 30 minutes or something like that. And nobody's joined me. Maybe I'll go live on my regular channel tomorrow where there's a bigger audience. I at least needed to do this to see if I could even do it anymore. You know, if I could get on here and talk and yeah. I mean, I'm not going to do anything fancy and play songs and show clips and all that kind of stuff. At least not tonight. I'm not. But uh, yeah, if you haven't seen their plans for that ballroom, aka War Room, or it's a multi-room at the White House, man, a lot of money being spent and a lot of tech going in and a lot of you know something. I think he's up to something with that. But I'd like to see them all just go away and let us start over. Yep. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off of here, and y'all have a blessed one. I hope everybody has a sensational Saturday and Super Sunday. And I'm outie. Thanks for listening to me rant. Oh, damn. I think there's hope. You know, I'm not hopeless. I know how powerful the truth is. All right. What's love? Tell me here, tell me now. See if I can figure out how to end this. Take care, guys.